HIP Housing held its annual luncheon this year on June 11, 2010. With nearly 300 people in attendance, it was one of the most successful luncheons ever. The luncheon began with a special message from Congresswoman Jackie Speier.
One of the things I love to do is attend the annual HIP Housing lunch. In fact, I've emceed a number of them and have been an auctioneer at them. So believe me when I say I wish I could join you in person to celebrate the invaluable service that HIP Housing is providing for our community.
HIP Housing Executive Director Bruce Hamilton took time to honor retiring Vice President David Finkelstein and retiring President Louise Della Maggiora. Bruce also honored reverse mortgage counselor and HIP caterer Tricia Smith, who is retiring after many years of faithful service.
Tricia has an ability to go to Costco and buy a whole lot of large packages, come back and add a little special individual touch.
Bruce later handed off the microphone to Dan St. Paul, comedian and MC for the afternoon.
But living in Foster City is, you're pretty close to everything. And my son, who's a complete nerd and doesn't know how to dress himself, my wife said, let's go shopping for him at the outlet mall. Let's go to Gilroy, or as I like to call it, defective merchandise far, far away.
Also featured at the lunch was Charlene Music and her award-winning documentary, Roz and Joshua. After a special viewing of the film, Charlene gave some insight about the motivations behind the film.
But yes, it really made me recognize that there is a big problem with housing here, and that's why it is such an honor to have this film be part of this program.
The self-sufficiency program offered by HIP Housing and its success was punctuated by participant and special attendee Carolyn Garrison.
To the entire HIP Housing team, thank you so much for dedicating your careers to helping people like me every single day.
The HIP Housing Home Sharing Program was also spotlighted, this time by participant Joe Carnegie via video greeting.
Now, I wouldn't be able to live here by myself if I didn't have Jose. Yeah, really, it needs to be said. HIP Housing has this very systematic way of finding matches, and matches to people who both have complementary needs. I mean, Jose needed a place to stay, and I needed somebody like Jose to live here. It's a perfect match.
Fellow participant Jose Puente gave his thanks in person.
I just wanted to thank to this great organization, because for them I have a place that I call home. Thank you very much.
California State Assembly member Jerry Hill delivered a few words about the importance of the HIP Housing programs.
We're so fortunate to have HIP Housing among us, partners, friends, and the family and the fabric of San Mateo County. So thank you to HIP Housing. Join me in thanking Bruce also. Bruce Hamilton, who's been here for a number of years and has done such a great job. Bruce, thank you.
Assemblyman Hill assisted at the luncheon and served as impromptu auctioneer for our live auction event, which included a dinner for 10 with San Mateo County firefighters.
My name is Marcel Calera. I work with Daly City Fire Department, and I'm here to represent fire departments all over the nation. But for HIP Housing, we're going to be cooking for 10 individuals, and the lucky 10 will have me as the main chef and two other firefighters, good-looking firefighters, coming to your house. Yeah.
Bruce Hamilton took some time to recognize the Silicon Valley Community Foundation.
I'm honored to give them our Community Collaborator Award, and I'm happy to bestow it to Eleanor Clement Glass, who is one of their top outstanding directors.
HIP Housing Associate Director Laura Finucchi took to the stage to honor a couple of HIP Housing star volunteers.
HIP Housing is very fortunate to have such wonderful volunteers that help to support our organization and our programs.
The luncheon concluded with sponsor and longtime friend Citibank, whose generous donation of funds continue to help San Mateo County.
I'd like to ask some of my additional colleagues from Citi to come up here as we present to HIP Housing an additional $10,000 check.
On behalf of all our friends, staff, and clients, thank you for making this a wonderful luncheon.